Hi, it's Louise from Paleo Living Magazine, and today I'm going to talk about paleo skincare. So a while after I went paleo, I'd heard a lot about people changing up their skincare regimens, using more natural products, doing oil pulling, using coconut oil to wash their face, and I just thought it was a little quirky. I didn't really want to try it. It seemed, I was changing my diet already. I was already making such a big hassle, not eating bread, not eating pasta. Why would I want to change up my whole skincare regimen as well? So about just under 2 years ago, my skin started flaring up after I stopped taking birth control pills. And at that point, that was when I seriously considered, changing up my skincare regimen and making it more paleo, more natural. Because I didn't know what to do. It was just, I had red bumps that were painful all across my face, sometimes across parts of my body as well. And I was just at a loss. I didn't know what was going to make it better, and I didn't want to go back on any kind of hormones, and I didn't want to have to put harsh chemicals on my skin when I was doing so well with my diet and changing everything else. And I really felt quite disappointed, because I felt like, hey, I've been doing a paleo diet for such a long time. Why is this happening to me? So it was a very difficult period, and I had to think hard about what I wanted to change, what I was willing to change. And I decided on changing 3 things, because I wanted the fastest results that I could get in order to have my skin clear up. Like, I hated doing videos, I hated being in photos because of it. So I did 3 things. The first thing I did was I tried to sleep more and decrease my stress. So I took more walks. This is something I've been concentrating on for the past 2 years nonstop, just trying to get 8 hours, at least 8 hours of sleep every single night. I actually changed jobs. I quit my job in New York. I stopped being an attorney at a large law firm so that I could be able to sleep in if I needed to, and I wouldn't have that stress of being in that environment anymore. The second thing I changed up was actually what I put onto my skin. That's often the thing that we think about doing first, but for me, I just wasn't sure how much of a difference it was going to make, but I thought, what the hell, it was probably the easiest thing to change, what I put on my face. It was much easier than trying to de-stress and, go to sleep on time every night. And then the last thing I changed was eating more for my gut health. So I drank a lot of bone broth, and I started taking probiotics. So I drink kombucha now, but I also started taking Prescriptices, which is a soil-based probiotic that's great. It's recommended by Chris Kresser, as well as a lot of other naturopaths. So I'm going to talk more about the kind of skincare regimen I now do, as opposed to what I did before. So before, I used to use just all sorts of face cleaners. Like, I would sometimes buy the really expensive ones, like Lancome ones. Then occasionally I would buy, the cheap ones. Like, I wasn't really sure what worked on my skin that well. And honestly, I feel like none of them really worked. So now what I really love to do is just to use coconut oil, or sometimes olive oil, because it does get a little cold in this house. And coconut oil can solidify quite heavily, making it very hard to use. But just to use a very small amount, I put it on my hands, rub it in, and then I rub it into my face, and then I use some warm water and wash it off, and then I use a towel and dry it off, and it moisturizes my face, and it actually gets rid of a lot of the dirt from it. And one of the ways you can really tell that coconut oil or olive oil takes off a lot of that dirt is if you try using it as an eye makeup remover. So just get a cotton pad and dip it in a little bit of this and try taking off your eye makeup, and it comes off like immediately. And that's when you know that this thing is going to remove all the makeup, all the dirt, all the crap off your face without stripping it of its oils. And you don't have to moisturize to put back those oils you stripped off. One of the other things I changed was the types of soaps I was using. So I started getting really dry skin a few years ago, and one of the dermatologists I went to pointed out it could be a lot of the soaps I use, because I'm a little paranoid about washing my hands. I think it's definitely a psychological issue. Like, I really like keeping my hands clean. So because I wash my hands so much, decided to switch to slightly milder soaps. So one of the ones I really like using is Dr. Bronner's Magic Soaps. Another one I use is the Whole Foods 365 brand glycerin soaps, and they're like, those are dirt cheap. I think they're like under $2, and they last quite a while, and it's just a bar soap, has like 3 ingredients in it if you buy the unscented ones. Another thing I started using is these Primal Pit Sticks that Primal Life Organics makes. They're just so great. They smell great and they're so easy to use, and it replaces your deodorant. And if you look at your deodorant, it has a ton of different chemicals. I mean, even non-paleo people have written a lot about different types of deodorants. So this is like a really easy way to not put any of those chemicals on your skin. Instead, they've got stuff like, this one has coconut oil in it, baking soda, has beeswax and lavender, and that's it. And it's so clean, it's so easy to use. So one of the last things I changed was also toothpaste. Now, it's something that you do every single day, so you're putting a lot of those chemicals into your body because of that. And this is one that was a little tough originally to change. I didn't really want to change it up, and I've actually made my own toothpaste before. There's another video about that. But if you don't want to go through the hassle of making your own toothpaste each time, then a simple one is to get the Primal Life Organics. They make a dirty mouth primal tooth powder, and I know several other paleo and primal companies make similar natural products, so I urge you to check those out. I mean, this tooth powder is really easy to use. You just wet your toothbrush and you dip a little into it, and then you just I can open it. My hands are all slippery from putting on the coconut oil on them. But this was open just a minute ago. Yes. So if you just open it and you dip it in, and then you can just brush your teeth. And it has a really nice, has some clay in it, and it has a nice minty taste to it. It's quite weird brushing your teeth on camera, but I think it works a lot better in the bathroom. But those are some of the products that I use. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this video and what products you use. And I am going to now go brush my teeth in the sink. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to visit paleomagazine.com/paleo101 to pick up your free Paleo Beginner's Guide.